Timo, a huge 3 points to go top of the league after back-to-back defeats. How important was that win?
I think very important. After our two last games, which we lose, was really important at home that we win this game. It was a very tough game for us because Southampton does very, very good. But at the end, we are happy that we win, and it was very important for us.
The whole stadium was singing your name just now. How happy are you to score your first Premier League goal since April?
Very happy because that again in the first half, the first goal was disallowed. It was a little bit like the story, my whole Chelsea career in one game, so a little bit. So yeah, very happy to score, to help the team that we win today, and yeah, keep on going now.
What did you make of that disallowed goal? Have you had a chance to watch it back yet?
Not yet, but I think it was obviously not so clear because it took the referee a while until he made his decision. So maybe 50-50, but we have to accept it. I have to accept it, and at the end, I'm happy that I can score again and that we win the game.
And Chelsea had one shot on target in their last two games and 9 today. What changed?
Yeah, difficult to say what changed, but also in the last two games we faced very, very good teams. Man City does very good against us, and yeah, Juventus as well. It was hard to create chance against those teams, but today we wanted to be back to our old strength where we were, and yeah, I think we did very good.
When he says that first half disallowed summed up my Chelsea career so far.
Well, look, the kid's scored a ton of goals in his career. Every place he's ever been, you know, probably since he's 5-6 years old, he's scored a ton of goals. So this is not really like him. I think his confidence is a little bit hit, and that's why they went and got Lukaku. Maybe it takes a bit of pressure off Timo Werner, having Lukaku there. He's tending to play them together like he did today. Could work, but I think that there's definitely goals in him, and I think we all want to see him do well. You know, we want to see him, because of the luck that he's had and the run that he's had, we want to see him score goals, and he got off to a good start today.
Yeah, that is just his third in 33 Premier League games for Timo Werner. But Chelsea are top of the league, and overall, they've got back on track.
Yeah, and they will be delighted to get back on track. Not only that, but having rested quite a lot of their key players today to get through it with another 3 points. Back on top of the table. Yeah, he'll be delighted. His job done. They have had a little blip. Everybody was thinking it was plain sailing. Everybody was talking about Chelsea. They're all of a sudden going to be the Premier League champions. But all of a sudden they had a little bump in the road. And every team will have a bump in the road this season. It looks like Chelsea are back in business.
Just the response they wanted, and indeed their manager, Thomas Tuchel.
Thomas, so much to talk about from the game, but from your point of view, a deserved victory?
Yes, absolutely a deserved victory. We played a good match of football. It was an entertaining match of football because Southampton played also strong, but we did everything today, in my opinion, to deserve the win. And we got late goals. Could have scored earlier. We could have finished the game in first half, but it's like this, and we deserve to win.
How frustrated were you that it's only 1-0 at half-time when you've dominated that half?
Actually, I was not frustrated with the 1-0, but if you score a second one and they take it away from you for almost no reason, then you are frustrated. And it was necessary for me and for my team to get the frustration off our shoulders and to refocus in second half. They switched the system to a back five, so it's more difficult to find spaces and to adapt to it. So this was the challenge. You know, if you have a lot of chances, you don't score the second one. Okay, with one mistake they punished us, and then we gave away a poor penalty. But the reaction to the equaliser and the reaction to the red card was excellent.
3 goals and 3 points for Chelsea. They're top of the table. They were pegged back in that second half. 1-1. Any complaints about the awarding of the penalty?
No, not at all. Maybe a bit of, you know, sharpness lacking from Ben Chilwell, but to be fair, Livermento's been fantastic. You know, he's from the Chelsea Academy, gone to play at Southampton. He's been great this season. Great little chop on Chilwell. Just surprises him. You know, I think it's an easy decision for the referee, clear penalty.
And James Ward-Prowse, in the absence of Danny Ings, is a very solid taker.
He's never, ever going to miss. This is how you take a penalty, you know. Pick a corner, smash it in there. Side netting, it's just, I love that. Harry Kane does it like that, Ward-Prowse does it like that. That's why these guys don't miss. When you get up there and change your mind all the time, I never quite understood that.
So that was the high for the Southampton skipper. Then after the intervention of VAR, he was sent off. Thoughts, Michael?
No real complaints, if I'm honest, with the decision. I thought it probably was a red card. It was quite low, but it is above the boot area and a dangerous area to tackle. My only complaint is mirroring really what Don Hutchison said in commentary, that I didn't like it when he went to the monitor and it was a still frame and then it was a slow motion. I thought it was all going to be in real time, because I think everything looks worse when it's slow or it's still. That's my only complaint. However, VAR has been brilliant this season, much better than it's been in the past, so I don't want to have a go at it too much. They got the decision right, but as I say, I prefer them to go about it in a better way.
You agree?
Yeah, he didn't need to make the challenge, James Ward-Prowse. It's one of them, when it happens, you realise, oh, why did I do that? Do you know what I mean? He could have just stayed on his feet. I mean, that picture of it is terrible there, just in behind us there. But I think in the end, the referees are going to give that as a red card, just especially when they slow it down. Mo and Don make a great point. When they slow it down and look at stills, they're always going to give a red.
Things happen fast in football. It just does, and I've been on the end of tackles where I know the guy's not really tried to hurt me, but when you slow it down, they look awful tackles, and that does look awful. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not a red. I think it probably is a red. But I think if we go down that route of slowing everything down and having still frames on them all, then we're going to be seeing far more red cards than you probably would and should. It's a bad tackle, no question. It's late, it's above the ankle, so no worries about the decision.
So that changed the game. How pleased were you for Timo Werner eventually to get his goal, his first in the Premier League this season?
Well, I was going to say as a fellow striker, but as an ex-striker, I know how he feels when you just feel as if it's just not going in. And he's been feeling this for some time now. It's hard to believe, really, when you look at his goal-scoring record throughout his career. It's hard to believe how much he's struggling in front of goal. But it's been for quite a while now at Chelsea. And then his first goal, I thought, wow, there's nothing wrong in that. And then they bring it back so far, I thought, wow, everything is against you. This is a brilliant move. Great ball by Barkley, an even better ball by Azpilicueta. And it's a simple finish for him, but it's nice to see him getting in those areas and nice to get the monkey off his back.
He needed that, didn't he?
Yeah, he needs it. I think everybody's rooting for him in a way. They want him to score. The fans were, I think his teammates were. Had one disallowed there, but again, Mo makes a good point. The build-up of the goal was fantastic. Beautiful football from Chelsea.
If I had scored, if I was him and I had scored, I wouldn't have celebrated. I'd be like, what's gone wrong? Something's got to have gone wrong, because every time I score, it gets taken off me. So he did well to actually celebrate and relax into it, because I was certain they were going to find something, just as his luck is.
Ben Chilwell's first Premier League game of the season. We've seen him involved at one end, and he finished the game making sure at the other.
Well, that's what you do. When you make a mistake, you show the manager you keep fighting, and then you try and get one back, and he does just that. I mean, how it doesn't go in before, but that is some strike from Ben Chilwell. That's where he's great, going forward, getting in the box. Maybe defensively, I think he's still got some work to do. That's why he doesn't play as much, but that is some take, and they're so unlucky. McCarthy does so well to actually get there, but he just hits it too clean, and it just gets over the line.
It's a lovely technique. I mean, he's got a great left foot. Most left footers are, aren't they? They so differently in a way. It just they seem to hit it a lot crisper. But it was an awful mistake for the penalty. You know, that looked like he was very rusty coming back into the fray. But as Owen said, he's made up for it. Lovely strike, just over the line, as the technology has proven, and that.